Good afternoon. Welcome to the virtual session of European Higher Education Fair 2022. I am Puji Maharani and I will be moderating this session. Today at Auditorium 1, we will be talking about affordable and high quality education in Europe with speakers from KU Leuven, University of Pax, RSCI and UCD Malaysia campus, and University of Bebespoe, Romania. These are all public universities based in Belgium, Hungary, Ireland, with a branch in Malaysia, and Romania. And before we start, I would like to invite the speakers to introduce themselves. We can start with KU Leuven.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Pieter and I work for the University of Leuven, KU Leuven. And my job is basically being a future student advisor, so I'm here to help.
All right, thank you very much. And now we also have a representative of the University of Pax.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Kristina, and I'm representing the University of Pécs, which is located in Hungary. And hopefully I can provide some useful information for you today about how to start your studies at the University of Pécs.
All right, thank you very much. And we also have a representative from RSCI and UCD Malaysia campus. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
So I'm Zed, from the representative from the University of RCSI and UCD Malaysia campus, based in Malaysia. So we are an Irish university located in Penang, Highland, in Malaysia. So I'll be sharing some of the information about our medical school with you today. So I hope the sharing session is useful for everybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And last but not least, we have representative of UBB Romania.
Hello, lovely to see you all. Thank you for your invitation. I'm Sergiu Mișcu. I'm a professor of political science and the director of the Center for International Cooperation of the University Babes-Bolyai, placed in Cluj-Napoca in Romania. And I will be very glad to share with you our conditions for admission and to present our study offer to all the interested students. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for our speakers to be here today. So for the audience who are joining us on YouTube, feel free to drop your questions on the live chat box and we will respond to them during the questions and answers part of the session. Now, without further ado, I would like to start today's talk show session by asking our speakers representing universities in Belgium, Hungary, Ireland with branch in Malaysia, and Romania, why should we choose your country as a study destination? We can start with Romania.
Thank you very much. In short, Romania is one of the developing countries in Central and Eastern Europe with very various offer for education. And Babes-Bolyai University, placed in Cluj-Napoca, is the most prestigious and the largest university in Romania. It's the only five-star university that exists in our country, according to the international rankings. We've got an important campus in Cluj, but also 11 other branches in different cities covering especially the western and northern part of Romania. Our study offer is very generous. It encompasses sciences like hard sciences, biology, chemistry. It passes through social sciences with the first studies in international relations, European studies, political science, for instance, classical studies, literature, languages, but also other studies. For instance, we are the first faculty in physical education and sports in Romania. And we have to mention also the fact that our IT cluster in Cluj is the most developed in Romania and one of the most developed in Central and Eastern Europe. So our faculty in mathematics and informatics delivers an impressive number of diplomas for engineers working here and completing, reinforcing the IT hub, which became our city of Cluj-Napoca. Life is great in Cluj-Napoca in that it offers very bright conditions for the students, a balance between classical Central European city and internationalization to a very high extent, with lots of foreign students and with lots of opportunities for an interesting, balanced, and also promising life as a student at all levels. And we've got education in English, but also in other languages such as French, Hungarian, German, or Spanish or Italian, but mostly in English for more than 50 BA, MA, and PhD programs, passing through all the disciplines that we can think of. And this, of course, creates a very international and multicultural study environment. Last but not least to mention here, education is very affordable because Romania is not among the most expensive countries in the European Union. Education is affordable in that we start at around 2,200 euros per year for the BE programs, and we've go up to 5,000 euros per year for the PhD students in various fields. So affordable, and also a very challenging but promising international environment that awaits you in Cluj. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now I would like to hear what's it like in Hungary, Ms. Christina.
Well, first of all, I would like to share the location of the country. So we are located as Romania, we are located in Central Eastern Europe. And we are also part of the EU, of the European Union, part of the Schengen Convention, which means that if you decide to study at the University of Pécs or in Hungary in general, you will have the Schengen visa, which allows you to travel easily to any other EU member countries during your summer breaks, winter breaks, and so on. So Hungary is well connected to other countries such as Germany or Austria, Croatia, where most of our students like to travel during their studies when they have free time to do that. We are also offer reasonable living costs in Central Europe. So those who decide to study in Hungary, they will experience a reasonable living cost along with affordable tuitions. And here I would like to mention that we have the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship program, which is a fully funded scholarship for international students coming from all over the world. And we have many international students coming from Indonesia through this scholarship as well. So it not just covers the full tuition fee, but it covers the accommodation, the health insurance, and it also gives a monthly stipend for students who earn this scholarship. For those who are not earning this scholarship, unfortunately, we can offer reasonable tuition fees, as I already mentioned. And as well as I would like to mention that we have very long tradition in education. So the first university was established in 1367, which means that we have more than 650 years of experience in education. And this first university was actually the university which I represent right now, so the University of Pécs. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I would like to hear how's it like in Belgium?
Well, I will not repeat all what my colleagues have mentioned about studying in Europe. So we've got that going for us as well, such as the Schengen visa, etc. So thank you for the introduction. Now, specifically on Belgium, I would say that Belgium as a study destination is a good destination because of the quality of life that you'll find here, the quality of education. All of the Belgian universities are good universities that award quality degrees. And we have some very unique university cities in Belgium as well. We have some medieval cities that house the older universities, and then we have some really modern cities with more modern and the newer universities. So yeah, I'd say Belgium as a study destination is a good pick for quality of life and quality of education. I understand that pricing is also one of the topics that were chosen to put us in this session for. But I do want to mention that pricing is very subjective. Tuition fees are a bit lower in Belgium because our government is heavily funding our educational system, but we do have a bit more expensive cost of life in Belgium than, for instance, Romania or Hungary. So you have to make sure that you check out all of the prices important when choosing to study in Europe. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And last but not least, we have RUMC, based in Malaysia, but in Ireland, a higher education institution. How would you like to explain why it's a perfect study destination for studying medicine?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Zed Zuraida, the university representative from RCSI and UCD Malaysia campus. So I'll be sharing some insights with you about medical school today. So for your information, RCSI and UCD Malaysia campus is the foreign university branch campus of two leading universities in Ireland, known as Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, or RCSI, and University College Dublin, UCD. So RUMC was established in the year 1996, and our university has been providing high quality of Irish medical education. Our programs are well accredited by both Irish Medical Council and Indonesian Medical Council. Over the years, our medical school produced more than 2,100 graduate doctors with a medical degree awarded by the National University of Ireland, or NUI. So RUMC has a vast network of alumni who are practicing medicine in Ireland, the UK, the US, Australia, Canada, and many other countries around the world. And our medical school offers foundation in science program and undergraduate medicine for students who consider pursuing a career in medicine. And the RUMC undergraduate medicine program structure is also very unique because our students get the opportunity to study the preclinical studies actually in Ireland between RCSI and UCD campus for the first 2.5 years, and later return to our Malaysia campus for the final clinical years, which is the remaining 2.5 years. So they will be studying in 2 different countries within the 5 years of medical degree course duration, which is really attractive. And upon graduation, they'll be getting an Irish degree awarded by the National University of Ireland, and that degree is internationally recognized for them to practice medicine in countries around the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, after we hear about why, as a study destination, your country is offering a lot of advantages for prospective international students, I'd like to hear from your university specifically. This would, I believe, applicable for Leuven, PEG, and UBB. With many disciplines and vast arrays of programs in your universities, what are the most popular majors in your university, and why are they becoming the popular ones? We can start with Leuven.
Thank you. So KU Leuven, University of Leuven. We are a comprehensive university, meaning that we offer programs in all fields of study. And then it's good to know that all of our programs are top 100 in their respective fields. So all of our programs are high quality programs. We are not a business school or a technical university that specializes in either one of these programs. I mean, being proud in my university, I could say that we specialize in all of the subjects as they are highly ranked in their fields. That being said, I understand the question. So the most popular majors are, for instance, engineering and business, because those are two very big fields of study and we offer a lot of possibilities. But as our location is close to Brussels, only 20 minutes away from Brussels, we also see a lot of students in our politics programs because of the European Union, the NATO. All of these are very close to our university. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now I'd like to hear from Ms. Christina.
Thank you. So the University of Pécs offers more than 100 English taught study programs, which is a lot. But we have some leading programs which are the most popular among international students. So even though we offer study programs in various fields such as business, engineering, law, arts, music, medicine, health sciences, and many more, we have some flagship programs such as the medicine, for example. Like 50% of our international students are studying medicine or dentistry. And we also have a very popular business management study program, engineering, for example, IT, and psychology and international relations are also very popular among international students coming to Pécs.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Sergiu, you probably want to add?
Yeah, thank you. So we have the IT field, which is very important, and Cluj is a hub because of this university students that we are preparing to become fully independent personnel in the IT industry in a perfect development in relation with the city itself in a harmonious kind of co-development. This also helps for the development of other branches which are quite popular. I mean the faculties of European Studies, International Relations, Political Science, for instance, Sciences of Communication, then Business Management and Economics, ranking first also among the Romanian universities, and also fields that are closer to hard sciences, such as chemistry or biology, where we have not a very huge number of students, but the elites of these fields that we are preparing and who are joining the most important enterprises, corporations across the globe. And I will take this opportunity to say that we are in a partnership with both University of Pécs and the KU Leuven on different programs, and we are rather here not in competition, but rather I think in co-promotion for the European Union's universities. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, specific question for RUMC. So you have the medicine program that's well accredited, but I would like to hear more about where or in which countries are these medicine program have accreditation.
Yes, thank you so much for the question. So our medical degree is awarded by the National University of Ireland. So again, it is internationally recognized for graduates to practice medicine in many countries. So it is well accredited, and in many countries, especially in Ireland, for example, the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, and of course in Indonesia as well. So students can search on our country's medical council accreditation on the specific medical council website, and the confirmation can be found there as well.
All right, thank you very much. Now that we've heard a little bit more about your country and then your university, the programs that you offer, let's talk a little bit more about admissions. So do you have any tips for prospective students, especially international students, to improve their chances of being accepted into your university? Mr. Sergiu, you can start.
Yeah, thank you very much. They should be prepared in advance. They should carefully study the study offers of our university, determine very well what kind of offer they would like to take, and prepare their documents. Especially one of the problems was related to, in many cases, to the previous study documents, diplomas, and diploma supplements. In several countries, such as the Southeast Asian countries, there are differences between the way these documents are issued by high schools, but also by faculties in case of MA and PhD programs. So the students should be very well prepared in checking on these papers to be in conformity with the requirements, to be stamped, to be signed, and then the process itself would be very easy because everything happens online, and the process is nevertheless not very short in time. So it's better to be prepared as soon as possible, starting in April of the next year, and all over the spring and the early summer period.
Right, thank you very much. Ms. Christina, maybe you can share next.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So first of all, I would like to recommend for those who are interested in studying at the University of Pécs to start their application as soon as they made the decision. So do not hesitate, because we work on a first comes first served basis, and it means that those who apply first, they will get admitted first. Secondly, I would recommend to have a well-written motivation letter, because it is very important to share your personal thoughts and your motivation on why did you choose this major and why did you choose the University of Pécs. As well as I recommend to always keep an eye on the emails which we send out, because those are containing very important information on further processes. And sometimes it happens that probably emails arrive in spam folder, students do not recognize them, and therefore their admission takes a bit longer. So just keep an eye on your emails, be prepared, and if you are invited for the entrance examination, which is an oral and a written entrance exam in case of the medical programs, but it's only a Skype interview for all other programs. So if you are invited for the entrance exam, be prepared and ask any questions from the professors if you have any. So feel free to share your thoughts and always keep in touch.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Sepp, probably you can share next.
Yes, thank you. So applications are open for our intake next year. The foundation program starts in June 2023, and the undergraduate medicine starts in September 2023. So there is no application fee to apply, and students may submit the applications online through our university website at www.rcsiucd.edu.my. So there is really no specific deadline, but we can only accept 120 students each year for the undergraduate medicine programs. Places will be allocated based on first come first served basis. So I do encourage students to apply very early from filling out the quota for programs next year. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Peter, you're next.
Thank you. I could repeat what my colleagues have said about applying early, but I won't, not to bore you. But what goes for the Romania or Hungarian students, or students willing to study in Romania or Hungary, also goes for students who want to study in Belgium. But my last tip would be to carefully read through all of the requirements for the different programs. Admission requirements, they vary at KU Leuven per program, so we don't have a set rules of requirements or admission requirements for the whole university, but they differ per program. So please read through the admission requirements carefully and see what is needed for the program you are interested in. Some programs might require a motivation letter, others don't and just require good grades. Yeah, there's no yeah, no red line in that. So yeah, that would be my tip.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. A little bit more on admission before we touch upon different aspects of the session. We'd like to hear more about the scholarship opportunities and other assistance and support that your university can give you to international students, because when you have an incoming students from different country, you would not only welcome someone from a different country, but also different background, different cultures, and there will be lots of adjustments. So we'd like to hear more about that as well. Mr. Peter, you can start.
So sorry, the question is about scholarships or?
Scholarships and other assistance for international students.
Okay, fair enough. As our government is already heavily subsidizing our educational system, in keeping the tuition fees lower than in the neighboring countries in Western Europe, there is not that much money left for scholarships. You could say that everybody gets a bit of a scholarship by keeping the tuition fees a bit lower. That being said, we do have limited amount of scholarships, but only for the good students, the high quality students. They are called mastermind scholarships, for instance, and you can find all the information on scholarships on our website. But we do also have some specific programs called our ICP programs, for which, for instance, Indonesian students can get a scholarship too. So it's, yeah, I would recommend going through our website and seeing what scholarships would apply to you. And then the second part of the question related to support. Obviously, you can expect the wide range of support at KU Leuven that you would expect from any other big Western university. We have orientation days, welcome days, a whole range of student services for study advice, career advice. We have a student career center as well, organizing workshops for applying on vacancies. We have an entrepreneurship office if you want to start your own business in Belgium, that will support you in that. We have a tech transfer office that will guide you if you want to validate your research into something really practical and into something applicable in society. We have something to support you there. So I'd say we basically have every kind of support yet you can expect from a university. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I mean, who doesn't want to have more support? Like, you can never have too much support, I suppose, right? All right, next I'd like to hear from Ms. Zed.
Hi, okay, thank you so much. So yeah, we do have scholarships for international students to apply. For the Foundation in Science program, we offer 25% and 50% scholarships to high achievers. We also have 100% scholarships and 20% scholarships for the undergraduate medicine program. So the scholarship details can be found on our university website. Do pay attention on the scholarship deadline and apply before the closing date. Yeah, so international students, they are able to apply for all the scholarships. And the success rate is highly depending on the academic results. But the full scholarships is actually requires a few more documentation to be submitted. It is a little bit more competitive compared to the other scholarships that we offer. So yeah, and we do provide support if they require any advice on the application. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'd also like to hear from Mr. Sergio, how is it like in Romania?
Yeah, thank you very much. We have the bilateral scholarship program of the Romanian government, which encompasses lots of countries in Southeast Asia, for instance. There is an exchange program at the level of the government and special scholarships for a number of students who apply quite early, and they will get, in function of their option for one university or for another, these full scholarships. And we've got students from this area who are beneficiary of these scholarships. Additionally, the university also gives scholarships for students who are performing the best during their first year of study, and this can go through the total exoneration of taxes to even substantive scholarships for their life in Cluj. And then, of course, numerous types of let's say short-term support money that can come from different programs that we have at the level of the university, involving students as equal partners in developing from research to very direct activities in the city, for instance, helping civil servants in developing their activities, helping with different NGOs, and we have a scholarship for these internships with the NGOs and other structures of civil society. And finally, of course, we have numerous programs under the Erasmus program destined for students, including lots of international students who would like to study also abroad for one semester. We are very happy to be able to send the numerous non-Romanian students, foreign students, international students with these programs in our partner universities, and this could also contribute to both the internationalization of our university, but also of their careers. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Last but not least, Ms. Christina.
Thank you very much. So in terms of scholarships, first of all, I would like to mention that we are part of the ISMA, the Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards, and our university is one of the biggest host universities in this program. So we offer this opportunity for Indonesian students. Apart from this, we offer the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship Program, which is a fully funded scholarship for international students for full degree programs. And it covers the tuition fee for the whole duration of the studies. It covers the accommodation, health insurance, as well as we provide a monthly stipend, which is a contribution to the living costs here in Hungary. So this one, the Stipendium Hungaricum, is a very competitive one because we receive a huge amount of applications every year, but I highly recommend to try it because it also very generous scholarship from the Hungarian government. The application starts in a few days, really, on the 15th of November and lasts until January the 15th. So if anyone is interested in applying for this opportunity, they are absolutely in time. And that's all about the scholarships. Regarding the support which we provide for our students, I would like to mention that we have several student services. So, for example, we have a huge network of student associations which are providing several programs for our students. They help in integration to the community, both in international student community, both with Hungarian student community. We have the legal aid clinic, which helps students in legal problems. We have the mentor system for our students. So every first year student has a mentor who is a senior student, who helps in integration as well, in practical matters such as applying for residence permit. And last but not least, I would like to mention the student counseling service, which is a psychological service for those who feel like they have some problems and they would like to share their problems and they need some support from a professional during their stay at the university. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, for sharing the wide array of support that you offer from your universities. So we're entering the Q&A part of this session. We already have a few questions from the audience. The first question is for Mr. Peter. So the question is about so in Belgium, the audience asked that it is separated into Wallonia and Flemish. And so beside the language, is there any other differences, i.e. Study duration, tuition fees, and etc.? And how would you suggest them to prepare for any of those differences?
Well, Belgium as a country and European Union in general, we have all agreed on something called the Bologna Agreement, making sure that bachelors in general at universities, they take 3 years, and masters, they take either 1 or 2 years. So what goes for Flemish and Wallonian universities is basically the same. Also, regarding to the quality of living, there is not that much of a difference between the north and the south of Belgium. The biggest difference is that the language in which the program is taught usually in the south of Belgium is French, and in the north of Belgium is Dutch. But the Belgian universities do also have a lot of English taught master degrees and some bachelors as well. So I would suggest for students interested in studying in Belgium to make sure that the program they're looking for is taught in the language that they want to study in. So I'm guessing English. And yeah, and then it's basically looking for the university that they want to study at and comparing. Let's say that we have 3 politics programs taught in English in Belgium, and seeing what program is best suited for them and their specific interest by going through the different courses in the program. But apart from that, I would say that when you study in Belgium, you choose for Belgium as a destination, and the differences between the north and the south for an international student are not that big.
All right, thank you very much. The next question is for Ms. Zed from RUMC. The question is more about the student life experience. So how would you describe in general the student life experience at Dublin and Penang campuses? Like, how are the things can be similar? How are things being different? And are there any clubs and societies that they can join?
Okay, thank you for your question. So RUMC offers a wide array of experiences for students to, to experience academically and non-academically. So since Malaysia is home to a diverse culture, we celebrate together by having events on campus, which make festivities more wholesome, I would say. So not only that, RUMC have events catered to everyone's interest, from hiking trips to graduation balls. So students also have opportunities to join clubs and societies in Dublin at both RCSI and UCD campus. So RCSI campus in Ireland has over 35 clubs and societies open to all international students to participate, and I think UCD has about over 100 different societies to choose from all across a broad range of interests. Yeah. I hope that answered the question.
All right, thank you very much. Now, last question from the audience is for Mr. Sergio and Ms. Christina. So it's about the language proficiency. So how important it is for international students to learn the national languages of your respective countries in order to integrate themselves better, not only in the society, but also for their education purposes. Mr. Sergio, you can start.
Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question, because we've got students who are studying full programs in, for instance, English, German, or French, and they do not speak Romanian. They can end their entire cycle of studies, starting from the BA to the DMA, sometimes also the PhD, without speaking Romanian, and that's not a problem, because Cluj-Napoca is a very multicultural city. At the same time, of course, generally students would like to get in touch with the local language to understand better the local traditions, and to be able to communicate also with people who do not speak English, to understand better the society. This remains, of course, an option. We encourage it. We deliver for free courses of Romanian language, also Hungarian language, because we're a multicultural university, for those who would like to to understand better the local traditions and communicate in these languages. But this is not mandatory at all. So it's more or less a la carte, and each student can choose either to go through language courses or not. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Christina?
So for the University of Pécs, I would say that those international programs which we offer are fully taught in English. So those who do not wish to study the Hungarian language, they do not have to, obviously. However, we provide some Hungarian language courses apart from other language courses as well. For sure. For those who would like to learn the language and help themselves this way to integrate better in the society. However, if they just prefer to speak in English, it's absolutely fine, because the city itself, thanks to the university, is a very multicultural city already. The locals are used to the international students all around the city, so they mostly speak very good English. However, if someone decides to study, for example, medicine or any other health science related programs, Hungarian language course is integrated within their study program, because it's part of their studies that they have to go to hospital practice periods, which means that they will meet with local patients, most probably. So therefore, it is integrated to study some basic Hungarian medical phrase for 1 or 2 semesters during their studies.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so last but not least, I would like to hear from all speakers also before we conclude our session for today. I would like to hear from everyone the highlights of your respective institution and why is it a great destination for studying for prospective Indonesian students. Ms. Christina, you can start. If you have the slide, you can also display them right now.
Okay, thank you very much. So apart from all those information which we shared during this session, I would like to share that the University of Pécs is one of the biggest institutions in Hungary, higher education institutions. We host more than 20,000 students, out of which 20% are international students. So we have a multicultural student environment of more than 4,500 international students coming from really all over the world, especially from Indonesia as well. So we have a big student community coming from Indonesia too. We have reasonable tuition fees, reasonable education fees, and reasonable living costs. But yet the quality of education is very good. So we are proud of that quality of education which we provide here for our students. Obviously, the degree which they receive is accredited throughout the European Union as well as in many other countries, which I can provide information on later on if someone is visiting our booth. And yes, it's a very nice environment and a very good experience for international students. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Peter, you're next.
Thank you. For KU Leuven, if you would like to come to Belgium, I would suggest to come to KU Leuven. It is Belgium's highest ranked university. We are a well-known research university, very renowned worldwide. We're top 15 times higher education's world university ranking, so a quality degree as well. And the scientific curiosity is something that we stand for. It is at the basis of all of our programs, and you can be inspired by our researchers who are top-level professors in their respective fields of study as well, who will share the insights in their field of study with you. We are top 50 worldwide as a university, and all of our programs are also in the top 100 of their respective fields. So a high quality university, and we have over 100 English taught programs. So we do offer programs in every field of study as well. If you would come to Belgium as an international student, you would be one of our 60,000 students, among which 14,000 international students. So you won't be the only international student here in Belgium. And yeah, you'll be studying in a lovely and lively city which is very student and university friendly. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Zed, you're next.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Ah,
Yeah,
sorry,
thank you so much.
I heard Sergio. Please, Zed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I would like to recap the things I shared with you today. So as mentioned in my sharing session earlier, RUMC students receive the best of both world experiences where they get the highest quality training in Ireland, followed by extensive clinical training in Penang hospitals. So when the students are in Ireland, they will be exposed to patient-centered learning experience from the very first year of their medical school, and during graduation, they will be conferred with an internationally recognized degree by the National University of Ireland. And the RUMC programs offers alternative option for students to get an Irish degree at a lower cost. And because we are the only medical school in Penang State, our students get the full exclusive access to all our teaching facilities in Penang hospitals. So this will give them opportunities to interact and examine the patients, which is very hands-on, and this will give a positive impact towards their housemanship performance as well. And if the students have any questions about our medical school, feel free to drop by to our virtual booth, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions there. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Zed. Last but not least, Mr. Sergey.
Yes, thank you very much. Besides what was said, and lots of things about Leuven and about Pécs are also present in our university, I would like to stress also the fact that we are in a purely multicultural environment in the heart of Transylvania, which is one of the most multicultural regions of Europe, at the heart of Central and Eastern Europe, with also an eye on all the directions in Europe, from Eastern Europe to Western Europe, passing through the Mediterranean area. So that's really one experience that students could use as being fundamentally multicultural while joining Cluj. Cluj is one of the safest cities in Europe. It was ranked as one of the safest cities in Europe last year. It's one of the cities where there is a very credible balance between affordable education, young, dynamic communities, and also very serious and proficient study offer. More than 50 programs in English, 10 programs in French, programs in other languages, with also a very clear program of internationalization, active internationalization, with the most international staff in a Romanian university. All in all, I think that this could be a very interesting choice for the students of Indonesia. And last but not least, we have at our university an Indonesian corner inaugurated by the ambassador of Indonesia in Romania, and head of the Indonesian students in Central and Eastern Europe is one of the students of our university. This shows our opening towards Indonesia, also with partnerships with universities such as Jakarta, Yogyakarta, or Surabaya. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so everybody, thank you so much once again. I would like to thank our speakers and audience for today, for this afternoon's lively and insightful session. If you have any further questions, feel free to visit the university's respective websites as seen on your screen. I would like to also invite everyone attending right now to join the next session at 5 p.m. with the KTH Royal Institute of Technology, Lund University, and SLU, all from Sweden. And for those of you who would like to learn more about the universities attending today's session, you can also visit their respective virtual booths and talk to the representatives already available in the booth. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye.